Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ellen Henry and I am a circus performer and handstand coach. And today's video we are addressing your shoulders, specifically your mobility your shoulders need to be able to hold a handstand, because it's a bit of a unique position that your shoulders need to ideally be in when you're doing a handstand, which is this overhead position, which when you're opening up your shoulders, often people have limited shoulder mobility, which is how far you can get those shoulders open without compensating anything else. So ideally we want our shoulders to be able to have enough mobility that we can stack from our wrists to our shoulders to our hips, all in a nice straight line. Something that is really common when people don't have much shoulder mobility is this sort of like closed shoulders or planching shape that happens, which also you tend to compensate other things as well, and it can also be really common when people have a banana back handstand that this is limited. What we can do to fix that is we can work on our shoulder mobility. So first off, we are going to start with a test against the wall. So you're going to need a bit of wall space, and you're going to make sure that you get your back nice and neutral and there's no gap behind your back and the wall, and you're going to lift your arms up, keeping that spine neutral as far as you can go. And then either film yourself or take like a little mental note of how far away from the wall you are. And then we can compare that to after doing this routine. So the first one that we're going to do, we're going to start off nice and simple just with a cat stretch. For this one, we really want to isolate those shoulders, so you want to think about rounding your back and not arching it. And we want to think about pushing those shoulders down to the ground. The next one we're going to do is a tabletop, so sitting on your bum, putting your hands behind you, you're going to push up into the tabletop position, and we can add a little bit more if you want it, and you can rock forwards, coming back down, pushing up, rocking forwards. This is a great one because you will really feel it in your shoulders. Next, you're going to need a little bench or a box or something to use, and we're going to do that cat stretch again, but elevated, and once again keeping that back nice and rounded. Once again, you really want to be actively pushing those shoulders down. If you are struggling with this kind of thing, maybe you've just started to handstand, this is something that is really important to focus on to make sure that you have that shoulder mobility so that you can stack and get really good alignment in your handstand. I have a video all about stacking and alignment because it's kind of a video in itself, so I'll leave that up there. And also, if you are just starting to handstand, or maybe you've been handstanding for a while but you are struggling with the amount of aspects to focus on to even handstand, I have my very first handstand course, which is perfect for beginners, or maybe you have started to handstand and you're just struggling with like what to focus on, or you really just want someone to be like, here's a program, here's what you need to do, here is the exact exercises. This course is just for you. It has strengthening in it, it has a bunch of programs in it. I tell you how often you should be training, how much. I have stretching in there, mobility work just like this, so you can make sure that you are really conditioning and training not just your general handstands, but particular parts of your body that are required to have good mobility or flexibility to be able to handstand. So I will leave a link down in my description box below so you can go check that out. You can read a bit more about it, and hopefully I will see you in the course. For the next exercise, you're going to need either a stick or a yoga block. We're going to do a butcher's block, which is so good for opening up those shoulders with that internal rotation of the arms, which is what your shoulders are doing in a handstand. So, holding the stick a little bit further than hip width apart, or with the yoga block, hands against it, elbows on the bench, and then once again we're just going to be pushing our shoulders down to the ground. This stretch will be quite intense. Once again, make sure you're not compensating with your lower back. Ooh, that is a lot, that one. Ooh, so good. Now that we have stretched out the shoulders a little bit, now we want to build a bit of strength in that very end range point, because that's where we're going to need to be holding our body up, and we're going to need those muscles nice and strong in that open position. So using the box again, we're going to be putting just our hands on it, keeping that back nice and rounded or neutral. We're going to want to push those shoulders down to the ground, and then in this position we're going to be lifting one hand up at a time. Also with this one, it's really important that you are externally rotating your shoulders so you're not letting them come out to help you to lift that arm up. This is just a short and sweet routine that is perfect for doing before your handstands if you struggle with your shoulder mobility, because now we will test that shoulder range again. So keeping the back nice and flat on the wall. Like, look at that. I can even touch the wall with my thumbs now. And like even get my pointer finger on the wall. So as you can see, even just that short routine with a couple exercises is super helpful in improving your overhead shoulder mobility. So once again, if you are struggling with that, give these exercises a go. Let me know in the comments how you go with them. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like because it really supports my channel, and hit that subscribe button to see more videos just like this. We'll leave another video here that is also another really common problem that people have when they're handstanding that might be affecting your handstand. So check that out. Check out the handstand course as well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!